Imagine standing just 60 feet away from a rocket coming straight for your face. That's exactly what happened to James McCann. One fastball, one horrifying moment. Blood dripping, the game paused, and the stadium held its breath. But that was just the beginning. Right after, chaos unfolded on a different field. A wild throw sent a runner bolting, only for his legs to give out beneath him. Grabbing his leg in agony, he never made it to the bag. You could tell right away. This wasn't just a slip. Something was wrong.
The throw. Big argument about this.
Let's see.
Then came Mill versus Kepler. A high fastball right at the edge. Kepler swung and missed. But with how close that pitch sailed near his chin, the strikeout was the safest part of the encounter.
Look out! Oh, man.
Now, picture this. A helmet flies off, the crowd gasps, and confusion erupts on the field. Was it interference? Intentional? The umpires debated, but all anyone cared about was whether the batter was okay. And then, Miranda. Hit. Dropped. No delay, no hesitation. The trainers were already sprinting. He was helped off the field, and for a moment, it didn't even feel like baseball anymore. It felt like survival.
75.
Lined off Diaz and into left field.
Just when fans thought it couldn't get worse, Diaz took a screaming line drive to the body. He tried to walk it off, but his limp told the truth. That kind of impact doesn't just sting, it sticks.
Take down the line! He is safe!
KM gave it everything on a simple tapper, but as he stretched for the bag, something gave. Trainers surrounded him, and he knew. Today, the hustle came at a painful price.
Well, Pilar still going back. He jumps up.
And then, one of the scariest collisions you'll see. The outfielder, nicknamed Polar, slammed into the wall chasing a deep fly ball. He crumpled. Was it a concussion? A torn muscle? The replay looked brutal.
This ricochets off Vasquez, and he's in trouble.
Not long after, a comebacker nailed Vasquez. No chance to react, just pain and instinct. He stood for a second, then dropped. And this? This is only the first half. Stick around, because the injuries you're about to see next make these look almost tame.
An amazing job.
And just when you thought the list couldn't get worse, another batter gets drilled. No name was needed. The sound alone made it unforgettable. He dropped instantly, clutching his hand, not moving for several seconds. Trainers rushed in. Was it broken? Sprained? No one could say, but pain like that, it speaks for itself. A few innings later, a similar story unfolded. Only this time, it was the elbow. The pitch didn't look dangerous at first. It had a subtle curve, like it might miss. But in that final second, it cut in just enough to smack the elbow clean. No time to dodge, no chance to prepare. The batter tried to shake it off, but anyone watching could see. It wasn't just a bruise. And then came the face shot.
Oh yeah.
A high pitch, a helmet, a terrifying moment. It struck with a loud plastic pop, bouncing off the helmet and knocking the player back. Even though the helmet took most of the force, he stayed down. Trainers checked for a concussion. The crowd went silent. That kind of hit can change a career in one instant.
Ground ball toward the middle.
Shortly after, Mateo stepped into the box and took one straight to the forearm. He tried to spin away, but his arm moved right into the path. Hit flush near the elbow. You could tell it hurt by the way he stared at the ground, frozen for a second before being guided off. The pitcher didn't mean it, but in baseball, sorry doesn't undo pain.
Shallow left, long run.
And then came one of the most awkward and scariest looking slides you'll ever see. Stewart was hustling home, but the slide wasn't clean. It was off balance. His legs kicked up, and then his head hit the ground. Hard. No collision, no tag. Just a bad angle and a brutal landing. He didn't move at first. His teammates signaled for help immediately. Everyone watching knew that one could have ended a whole season. These are more than just highlights. They're reminders that every pitch, every slide, every play can flip in a heartbeat. Which of these moments shook you the most?
Hit him and it hurt. Goodness gracious.
Just when fans thought they'd seen it all, the crack of another pitch drilling a batter echoed through the stadium. It wasn't the kind of sound you forget. It was sharp, violent, and left no doubt that pain followed instantly. These hit-by-pitch moments don't always show the full story, but the reactions speak volumes. Then came Ward. A pitch rose high and caught him right on the helmet. His C-flap shattered on impact. Somehow, he stayed on his feet. He looked okay, but even with a helmet, that kind of hit sticks with you long after the inning ends.
Pasquantino makes a diving stop, feeds Schreiber.
Next up was Schreiber. He'd just made a clean play to close the inning, but something was off. As he walked back to the dugout, he was limping. You could tell something gave out. And when Gregorius launched a high throw in a rushed play, the runner reached safely. But the real damage may have been to Gregorius himself. He came up grabbing his leg. Could have been a quad pull. Moments later, Westberg found himself in a mess at third. A tangled play left him shaken. He tried to get up but couldn't. The decision was quick. He was out of the game.
Track jumps up and it's...
Stewart tried to rob a home run with a leap at the wall but misjudged the distance and smacked into the padding. The ball cleared and he stood dazed. A simple misread turned into a potential injury. Fisher followed that up with a miscommunication on a fly ball. He was called off, but something didn't click. The ball dropped, and so did the momentum.
Right side, Ramos knocks it down, throw to first.
Then came T-Man, racing to beat out an infield single, pushing full throttle. Ramos couldn't make the play, but T-Man may have paid for that hustle with a tweak or strain. Soon after, Brandon took a cut to his hands. The contact was loud. He dropped the bat immediately and hunched over. It looked bad.
Hit him at 93.
Bader gave it his all chasing a deep fly ball, but the wall didn't budge. He hit it hard and didn't bounce right up. That was a concern. Garver faced a 93-mile-per-hour pitch that drilled him. The pain was instant. Trainers came out immediately. And Kepler. He dove headfirst on a bunt play. He was out, but stayed down. Then Correa got hit on the forearm, shaking his head as if to say, "Not again." He stayed in but looked off. A later play had him tangled in a force at second. He stayed in the bag, but not without discomfort. Lastly, Bogarts made a full stretch dive on a grounder, missed it, and might have hurt his wrist in the process.
Right center field, long way to go, and Negron.
Brinson gave it everything chasing down a deep fly, launching into a full dive, but missed. The ball dropped, and so did he, landing awkwardly on his side. The play was over, but he stayed down for a beat longer than anyone was comfortable with. Moments later, McNeil slapped one to the left, and Donaldson had a shot at making the play at first. But whether it was a fielding error or just a step late, the close call left some wondering if Donaldson's reaction suggested more than frustration. Then Nito made a sliding stop up the middle. It was smooth until it wasn't. His leg extended at a weird angle, and as he stood, his right knee looked shaky. The next batter wasn't safe either. Hit in the leg by what had to be the 15th pitch of the at-bat, a slider that clipped his shin. He hopped in pain but stayed in. Then came a foul ball off the plate. Nothing too dramatic, except the commentary from a nearby Dodgers fan caught on mic had everyone laughing, even the broadcast team. But it turned serious again when Torres fouled one off himself, sending a jolt of pain through the stands as he staggered back. And finally, a scorching line drive slammed off a player's leg. The way he dropped said it all. Pure agony. Ready for a jaw-dropping twist? You won't believe what happens next.
Thanks, buddy.
Dickerson took a pitch straight to the hands, immediately shaking them out as the ump leaned in to check if there was contact with the bat. The pain was obvious, even as Dickerson tried to brush it off. Shortly after, Lupo made an aggressive move, stealing third, but his slide looked off. He winced, grabbing at his leg, and though he stayed on the bag, it was clear something wasn't right. Then came a routine grounder to the right side, fielded cleanly, play made, but the first baseman limped away afterward, likely from stretching too far on the bag.
To center field, Kane closes and...
Frazier connected with a shot to center, and Kane gave chase. He came up limping right after the effort, another reminder of how unforgiving this game can be on the legs. The next incident got the crowd buzzing. A ball nailed a player's left hand, and fans held their breath as he cradled it, visibly hurting. A few pitches later, a fly ball to center brought Kane sprinting in. He dove but missed, tumbling into an awkward fall that left him down for a moment longer than usual.
Oh boy.
Things didn't slow down. Dexter Fowler took one on the foot and collapsed to the dirt in pain. Trainers ran out immediately. Then in left field, a fly ball brought confusion. Pinder and Chapman both went for it, but neither called it off cleanly. It dropped between them, and frustration was written all over their faces. Finally, Blackman stepped up and lofted one to the right. What should have been a routine outing ended suddenly with a loud, muffled thud. The play stopped cold. Each hit, fall, and awkward moment painted the brutal picture of a game that's as dangerous as it is beautiful. And with every inning, you wonder, who's next? Baseball isn't always about the home runs and highlights. It's also about the grit, the bruises, and the plays that leave players limping off the field. If you felt the intensity in today's breakdown, make sure to like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for more raw moments from the diamond.